Have Steppin with Marcus J. Waking up, everybody. We appreciate you hanging in there with us. Ain't no Have Steppin with Marcus J on the anniversary show. And the phone lines is just buzzing about. Apparently, we got a mystery caller that called us up during the break. They didn't want to tell me in the studio who it is. So, caller, mystery caller, you on the line?
And founder of Spark of Life. How are you?
We doing wonderful. Thank you so much for calling. It's a good surprise. How you doing?
No problem. Doing good. I'd just like to say happy anniversary on behalf of Spark of Life and our board members. And we definitely appreciate all the support that you and Ain't No Half Steppin have provided to us in 2012. And so we'd like to sow a small seed back into your organization as you head into year 2. So how can we make a donation?
Wow, that is awesome. I tell you what, I will get with you offline and let you know exactly how you can do that, but we appreciate it. Thank you so much for doing that. Thank you.
Sounds good. No problem. Thank you for the support and keep doing what you're doing for the community.
We will definitely do it. Thank you so much for calling us, and if you see our friend Katrina, you tell her that we said hey on Ain't No Half Step with Marcus J.
I sure will. Have a good night.
All right. Appreciate it. Thank you. That was so nice. I appreciate you guys not telling me that. That was a very, very cool surprise from Tabitha Spurlock. She joined us earlier in the year on Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J with regards to the Spark of Life and the organization that she had. So that was a great surprise. National Football League, I want to talk really quick about the tragedy. I think we would be remiss if we didn't at least mention it. April, I'm going to come to you first. We had the player Javon Belcher, who committed suicide, but prior to actually doing that, he took the life of his girlfriend. I don't want to take a lot of time on this subject, but real quick, give me your thoughts on it.
I
feel like it's a really sad situation.
Go ahead, April.
Tragic situation. I cannot, a couple of years ago, I lost someone close to me to suicide. So I probably feel more for the coaches and those who were in the immediate area and probably who witnessed it. I definitely feel for the 3-month-old. Her parents are a memory. She will only have stories of them. But I do agree with the team's decision to go out and play. Whether it was to do it in his memory or just to kind of, have something to do to take their mind off it. But, just overall a very sad situation without knowing the ins and outs of the relationship.
Right. On the live line, we got the dating pool diva author Charisma with us, who joins us monthly on Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J. Dating pool diva, of course, is an author as well as a counselor. So I definitely wanted to bring her in and get her opinion on this subject. How you doing, Charisma?
I'm good. How y'all doing? Happy anniversary.
All right. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for saying that. We appreciate it. We appreciate you joining us from time to time as well. Let me ask you this. Over the weekend, you had the football player who committed suicide, and before doing that, of course, he murdered his girlfriend. What would you say if you were the person having to counsel the people who are left behind? I mean, how do you work through this?
I think it's a really hard situation to work through, and it's not much that you can do, to console a person who just lost, their father, who just lost their, whatever type of relationship, loved one. I think it's hard, and even though I'm a counselor, grief is still something hard to address. You just have to be warm and compassionate and try to understand what they're going through. And, of course, that little girl, the 3-month-old, is going to have some type of therapy later on to understand why both of her parents are now deceased.
Right.
And the reason behind it, I think, is very sad.
One angle that I wanted to take, I wanted to ask you before I let you go on this one is the domestic violence angle. There allegedly, and of course we don't know a whole lot, but apparently the way the story went, she came home late from a concert, and that sparked the ordeal that led to her murder and his suicide. How would you counsel them if it was a beating. Let's say it was a beating and he didn't kill her and then himself. It was just a situation where, you know, he hurt her.
Right. Well, I would definitely say that she needs to separate herself from that relationship, get some kind of counseling, go to a shelter, or, you know, whatever she needs to do, a family member to separate herself from the situation, because either way it could escalate to that eventually. It may not have been that particular day, but if, you know, if that situation of arguing leads to this type of violence, who knows when it would have happened, you know.
Right.
So I think that it's very important. Any woman that's in a domestic violence situation, get out of it immediately. Find whatever resources, whatever supports you need to have in order to get out of that situation for yourself and your children.
Dating pool diva, author Charisma, we appreciate you joining us tonight on the live line. And you want to tell us anything you got going on before we let you get on out of here?
Oh, well, of course, I want to, you know, pump up my dating pool blog group, which is a relationship group. We help to build healthy relationships, and things like this, you know, need to be addressed so that they don't repeat a cycle. Also, on my Facebook wall right now, we're talking about, you know, the incident with the football player Belcher and gun control, how people feel about, you know, gun control. So I would love to have comments on both my personal wall, Author Charisma, and the Dating Pool blog.
And you know how Steppin with Marcus J and the Dating Pool Diva. We appreciate it, girl. We'll talk to you next time.
Thank you for having me. Can't wait to see you next month.
You got it. Big Rube, you didn't get an opportunity to get in on the subject. What's your thoughts?
First of all, I'd like to put out a disclaimer. For those of you who listen to the show, we know how Big Rube feels about suicides. And I'm not going to get into that. If you care to know how I feel about it, listen to the past show. But, you know, the very unfortunate thing, the two unfortunate things. One, a 3-month-old daughter. You left a 3-month-old daughter. And 3-month-old daughter, excuse me. And you killed your girlfriend. Then you decided to kill yourself. You know, man, I am a high believer of natural selection, but I'm not a believer of natural selection after you take care of after you mess up the life of 2 other people. You know, unfortunately, he got what he deserved. Actually, he didn't get what he deserved. He should have just not done what he did to himself and basically served it. He did the crime, served time. You know, I'm a big believer of that. But you know what? I don't care who you are. There's no reason to hit anyone. You know, male, female. And also, furthermore, really, an argument is more important than your 3-month-old daughter. What is wrong with you? I don't care what problems they had in their relationship. He had a 3-month-old daughter, and he should have been good to her, if not good to his girlfriends or whatever. But you know, like I'm, you know, I was really upset. Number one, and number two, by the way it went down, he went out like a punk.
My biggest problem with it is that they equated to concussions and everything like that. The whole thing is this: male-female relationships have ended like this before. For them to blame the NFL as a whole and concussion syndrome, I don't think that's fair. I mean, give the guys some break. That was a domestic-related issue that ended drastically and in bad. And I somewhat agree with you, Ruben. He should have taken himself out of the picture, because to me, I'd rather you hurt yourself than hurt somebody else. Yeah. Okay, nobody wants to have to deal with that, because then you alienate her family or Zoe's family for the rest of their life. You know, how do I, as a parent, accept the father or, you know, the parent of the whoever did the killing, and we have the love child right here? You know, that's not fair.
Yeah, you know, if you couldn't deal with what was going on, then go ahead and natural selection yourself out and be done. You know, you had to take her life and ruin the life of your daughter, who now has no parents. Now left for her grandparents to take care of her. That's a whole bunch of garbage. And you know what? Nothing that happened to him in the afterlife is not good enough for him.
For once in a very long time, I 100% agree with Big Rube on this one. You don't get to, you know, natural selection is his phrase. I won't steal it, but you don't get to kill somebody and then take the punk's way out and kill yourself. And then you go and try to be a drama queen by doing it in front of other people. And I want to thank you guys for taking care of me. I'm not trying to be I'm not trying to be insensitive to this man's family because
I'll be insensitive to him.
Well, I'm not trying to be insensitive to the man's family because they did lose someone. And you can also make the argument too soon. Now, so I just want to go ahead and at least put that out there to kind of preface my statement. I'm not speaking for Big Rube. Big Rube can speak for himself.
Most definitely.
But for me, I agree. There's nothing that he said a minute ago that I disagree with. You don't get to be a punk by, first of all, killing somebody else, because that makes you a punk.
Yeah.
You can't deal with whatever the situation is like an adult, so you decide to take them out. That's one. And then two, you leave a 3-month-old baby girl alone without their mother
or father.
Well, I got to that. Let me make my point.
Well,
I got to. And then finally, you take the father away yourself. There is, to me, I got a big issue with suicide. I'm not going to judge folks who do it because they have their reasons, if it's just you in your life. But when you dealing with other people, particularly children, that's when I judge you, and that's when you get a big lost your damn mind.
And and the funny thing about I'm listening to the NFL, and they're talking about how he was this type of person, apologetic and yada yada yada, and I'm just like, really? You're sitting there making excuses for this dude who killed himself after he murdered somebody else? Man, I ain't got time for that.
All right. Well, I think that we kind of talked about this one enough. I think we have all kind of made our points on it. I want to move on and kind of talk a little bit about what's going on in the National Football League. And at this time, I want to go in and bring on the illustrious former host of this time slot. We used to call it the Green Room with Jay Grizzly Green. We got the man himself on the live line. What's going on, brother?
Yo, the Grizz is convalescent. I lost one of my chiclets.
Oh, man, you lost a chiclet, man?
I ain't lost it. I had a root canal today, so that's why I'm not in the building for your anniversary show. But I wanted to make sure that I called in and wish you, big homie, a happy anniversary. You've done a great job with the show. I couldn't think of anybody else better to take over that time slot other than you and the crew.
We appreciate it, man. Thank you for being our leader at first, and thank you for the opportunity that you allowed me to be your guest host along with Carlton Banks and Big Rube before, and then of course as we transition to the new show, we wouldn't have been here or had the contacts and done what we done without you being there in the beginning. So I wanted to make sure that I gave you those kudos publicly on our anniversary. As you know, I embarrass you sometimes because I always thank you, but I told you that we will always do that. So we appreciate that. So
you know what, Marcus? You know what I want to talk about? Who got the root canal Sunday night?
Oh yeah,
Baltimore Ravens. My Pittsburgh Steelers came through with old man Charlie Batch, and he wasn't great. He wasn't Byron Leftwich. He was just enough to get the victory. Now we're 7-5. We done beat the Redskins. We done beat the Giants. And now we got Dallas Cowboys. We got the whole Marcus J. crew on our calendar, and we taking them out one by one. I want to know what y'all feel about it.
You feel pretty good about that, don't you?
Oh, I feel great. Except for my tooth, I feel great.
Oh, man. Well, I tell you what, the only thing that I can say is when the New York Football Giants played against the Steelers, y'all played a good game. Y'all played better than us. Y'all got the victory. That's how I roll. I'm not going to sit here and make excuses. We typically go through a period where we play poorly in the month of December. We played a game that week that if you look at us offensively, we didn't look that good. But at the end of the day, the Steelers were a better team. They won on the field. Big Rule, what you got to say about that?
They beat us. Ain't really much I can say.
Oh, and by the way, Ruben, I have not come on the show and got
I'm waiting for it.
My Franco Harris jersey.
I'm waiting for it.
We beat y'all.
Whenever you get it up here, it's a bet's a bet.
Bet. Oh, and I'm putting the boots to you in fantasy.
It doesn't matter. The cool thing about that is I was already in the playoffs, so I don't even really care.
All right, let's talk about some football, guys. I like listening to the show to hear that band talk about the Skins and the Giants tonight. Talk about Dallas, and they I don't even know what to describe that victory for Dallas.
Well,
they were fortunate enough to win.
Fortunate.
Call back.
Dude, we outplayed them. I mean, once we were able to stop the run, we outplayed them. So why are you crying at me now? You didn't do anything for how many quarters in the game? We were scoring every quarter. So why are you crying at me? Matter of fact, make that same bet you had with Ruben with me. All right.
Why? So you can sit in the corner and not wear the jersey?
I wore the jersey
and cry.
I wore the jersey.
You didn't even show your face.
I wore the jersey.
Don't even talk about that.
He don't
regardless of what the fact is, I wore the jersey.
No,
man.
The jersey was on my body.
Whatever, man.
I had to take a clean bath.
Hey, Grizz.
You did a punk move.
Hey, Grizz. Hey, Grizz, this your boy who sat here like a punk for 2 hours and didn't want to talk.
Got pictures to prove it.
Got pictures to prove it. He didn't want to show his face.
Damn right.
I asked him a question. He give you one-word answers. So please do yourself a favor. Do yourself a favor and don't make no bets with this dude.
Did I honor the bet? Did I honor the bet?
You wore the shirt.
Okay, that's all that was required, right?
Okay, so you the kind of dude that does only what's required.
That's all that was required. Was me wearing the jersey.
It would be a Cowboys fan. Grizzy, last thing, real quick. The Dallas Cowboys played a game last night. I want your opinion on it. Then we're gonna let you go and let Carlton finish it.
Well, I saw the pregame interview with DeMarcus Ware, and they asked him about Bill Parcells and how he coached the team and what he partake to him. Parcells said it best. If you're 6-6, that's exactly what your record is. That's how you playing. That's who you are. You're a 500 team. So visions of grandeur, of winning the division, and the Redskins got a better chance to beat winning that division than Dallas. And I'm a Dallas hater. I'm on the record for saying that. But for that game I watched last night, it just tells you exactly how Dallas is.
Are y'all gonna win the division?
No, we don't have to win the division. We're gonna win. We're gonna be in the playoffs, and that's the second season. But let me answer Marcus's day question, and then I'll hang up and listen.
Right.
So watching that game last night, it tells you a lot about the Dallas Cowboys because they have to struggle to beat a 3-9 team with the backup quarterback.
Well,
I'll leave it at that. Hey, again, Marcus J, happy anniversary to you and the fellas on the show. And Carlton, you know how I feel about Dallas, man. They suck eggs.
See me on the Madden again and talk about your trash then, because I'll be tearing you up in the Madden.
That was
plain and simple.
That was Jay Grizzy. We appreciate it, brother. I'm gonna go ahead and say my piece on the game last night and give Ruben his opportunity, and we're gonna let Carlton finish in April P get in on the game last night. As far as and we're gonna be real quick. As far as the Eagles, the Cowboys won the game. They clearly were the better team. If you watch, the Eagles had some chances, but Cowboys scored more points, which makes them the better team. I don't know that I would be so excited to beat a team that had just lost 7 straight. But I'm also let me finish. I'm also the guy whose team was the last team that team had beat. The Eagles' last victory was against the Giants weeks ago. So in a lot of ways, I'm not one to really get on it. But what I will say is this. You talk a lot of mess, Carlton Banks, about these Cowboys.
Right. And
a minute ago, you was puffing your chest out, talking about how they beat the miserable Philadelphia Eagles.
Did they beat y'all?
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Why not?
Did they beat y'all? You're going to win the division, as you asked him. What the hell difference does it make?
It makes a big difference.
No, it doesn't make a difference. It don't make no difference. We're not talking about the Giants, and we're not talking about the Steelers. We're talking about them sorry-ass Cowboys. That's what we're talking about. April P, take the mic before I say something I ain't supposed to say.
Yeah, because you going there. I know I only saw the first half, so I can only speak on the first half. Of last night. I wasn't sure if that said more about Dallas and their inconsistency, or in the first half if Philly looked like they were getting used to Foles at quarterback, who's going to be their quarterback for the rest of the year. So they beat the Eagles, but
we got another mystery caller on the live line looking to call us up and say peace to us on the anniversary show. Mystery caller, who you got? Who we talking to tonight?
Hey, what's going on, Marcus J? This is your brother from another mother.
Yo, is that pretty boy?
It's the one and only. You know how you do.
What's going on, brother?
Nothing. Just wanted to show you some love. Wish you a happy 1-year anniversary.
Well, you appreciate it, man. Hey, how the Minnesota Vikings looking, man?
Oh, you had to go there, right?
Of course.
Go there, right?
Of course. It's all in love. And you know your man Kate Up down there right now is laughing his tail off. How the Minnesota
Yeah,
Vikings looking?
I know. He don't got no reason to laugh. He don't got no reason to laugh. That's all right, though.
Hey, look.
All right.
Hey, look. You got Mama J that just walked in the door. Mama J, that's your Uncle Damon on the line. Tell him peace.
Uncle Damon.
Hey, sweetheart, how you doing, baby?
Hey, listen, real quick. We appreciate you calling. Thank you, man. Really appreciate the love. Real quick, Dallas Cowboys. What's your thoughts?
Well, you know what? The funny thing is, you guys were talking about this. I was listening to you guys talk about the game last night, and was it me or did it seem like the Philadelphia Eagles offensive line did a lot better job protecting their quarterback than they did Michael Vick the last couple of games they lost?
I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that he is probably more of a pocket quarterback. He's not running around, leaving himself exposed. That might be part of it. But I think,
I mean, even if he's a pocket quarterback, I mean, there was a couple of times, you know, the first couple of games of the season, Mike tried to stay in the pocket, and the line was collapsing like, you know, a crane in a hurricane. You know, it was just disgusting.
I can do.
Foles looked like he had time to set his feet, look for his first, second, third reads, and be able to move the ball down the field. Now they're making him the starting quarterback for the rest of the season. Crazy.
I can dig it. PB, man, we appreciate you calling. We got to keep it moving. But thank you so much for calling us up on our anniversary show. Much love to you, brother.
Hey, not a problem, man. Nothing but love. Hey, you guys doing a great job, and keep on listening. Y'all keep it going.
That's what it is. Peace, man. Hey, look, Big Rule, you need to get in on this one. I know we got a lot going on, but I need to know what you think about what went on in that game last night.
All right, first of all, from the team that beat the Eagles and Cowboys in the same week, I did watch a little bit of the game because it got boring after a while. I was glad to see DeMarco Murray back, so when we beat them again, there won't be any issues about we didn't have our whole team and whatever garbage that's about. You know, man, I'm going to roll with Grizzy on this one. I'm not saying Dallas didn't look good. I will say that the offense looked better. Man, but their defense look garbage. What is going on with the defense? They scored 33 points on y'all. You can say what you want. We beat them. We scored 38 points. You won by 5 points after on a team that we decimated last Sunday. I mean, decimated. I think they might have had double figures against us. I don't even remember. We had like 30. It was like 31-14 or something. Now, and then you can sit here and talk about how great the Cowboys are.
All day, every day.
All day, every day. And they let a punk team like Philly score 33 points. Yes, you scored more.
Didn't the Bengals beat y'all?
I'm sorry?
The Bengals? Who dat?
But we're talking about the Cowboys.
Who dat?
I thought we were talking about the Cowboys.
Who dat?
Who dat? We beat them. We beat the first game of the season.
Who dat? Y'all didn't beat the Bengals?
They're not the Bengals.
You said who that as if to suggest.
No, the original who that was the Bengals. Get it straight.
Whatever.
You get it straight. Again.
But I mean, no. They looked, honestly, last night, Romo looked like Romo. It was very good to have DeMarco Murray back. However, and you could tell that they were back because they had a running game. So I can appreciate the fact that DeMarco Murray was back. However, you know what? It is what it is. We're going to beat the Cowboys on the last game of the season, go to the playoffs, and that's going to be it.
We got another mystery caller on the live line. You don't have Steppin, Marcus J. Caller. What's your name? Where you come from?
Hello, Uncle Bug.
Is that my niece on the line?
That's your niece on the line. What's up?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
We just wanted to say congratulations from Somerset, New Jersey, to my big brother Marcus J, and to the rest of the show. I think you guys are doing a marvelous job. We enjoy you guys, and many more to come.
We appreciate it. That's my little sister, y'all. We appreciate it. Net.
Love you.
Love you too, girl. Thanks for calling.
All right, I'll holla.
Ain't no half step on Marcus J. The love is just pouring in, everybody. Big Rube, finish the final point on the Dallas Cowboys.
Final point is Dallas looked better than they did last Thursday, and they came out with a victory. And other than that, I mean, to me, Romo still threw with 300 yards. They still need to get that running game in check. And until, you know, I felt bad for Witten last night because he had 103 yards receiving, and he didn't even score a touchdown. You need to give the old man some love out there. Other than that, y'all still going to lose last game of the season.
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. We got another mystery caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Desiree Monique, Jersey City, New Jersey.
Hey, what's happening? How you doing?
I'm doing fine, thank you very much.
How's the book?
I've called to wish y'all a happy anniversary.
We appreciate it. How's the book sales?
I'm sorry?
How's the book sales?
How's the what?
You said this is Desiree Monique, right?
Yes, it is.
How's the book sales? The book sales.
It's doing okay. It's doing okay. It could be doing better, but it's doing fine, thank you.
All right.
I'm still doing some writing, though.
Well,
still doing some writing.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much for calling us up. Thank you for the love. We appreciate you when you joined us months ago. So I wanted to make sure that I checked in on the books and how things are going with regards to that.
Thank you very much. Y'all have a happy one, okay?
You got it. Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. We're gonna go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we're going to move into the socially conscious hour. We appreciate all the love we get, and we see you on Facebook, and it's lighting up on there. And, of course, the phones is ringing, so we appreciate it. Keep it coming. We love the love. Ain't no half stepping. Marcus J. Be back in a minute.
What's up? This is DJ Renee Melendez of Jersey City, New Jersey. And on Monday nights from 7 to 9, I'm checking out Ain't No Half Steppin' with my homeboy, Marcus J.
Now here's what I want you all to do for me. Bang!